I have many police officers that I have paid for information. I have people at post offices, clerks at post offices. I pay for information, and that is invaluable. Courthouses. I have people in judges' chambers that I pay for information, especially if you got somebody in a judge's chamber that likes you. Slip them $100 every time they give you some information. They'll tell you anything you want to know.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for being here. We missed you last week. Sorry we had mitigating circumstances that made it impossible to do an episode. We will try not to let that happen again, but we are so glad to see you again. Thanks for being here. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Well, Vinny, how you doing this week, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing better than last week.
Yeah, well, Vinny, I figured this week I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
All right.
Well, I figured this week, Vinny, we would talk about how I gathered information, how paid sources and things of that nature.
That sounds interesting.
I got to thinking, after I connected with Ken used me a lot as an informant, or used me to do things that he couldn't do as a police officer.
For those of you new to the podcast, we are talking about an old friend of the show. His name is Ken Krause. Interesting side note, the first American hostage taken during the Iranian Revolution of 1979, who, after the Marines, went on to be a forensic detective. And forensic detectives occasionally run into private investigators like Lynn. That's who Lynn's referring to right now, Mr. Ken Krause.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And so Ken calls me up one day and he says he needed someone's garbage.
Needed someone's garbage.
Yes, and he just needed to know what was in their trash, and he couldn't get their trash.
Why couldn't he get the trash?
Because it would just violate. Because if he got their trash,
he's a police officer.
He's a police officer.
He was a police officer at the time. Yeah.
And what happens is they lived in an apartment complex and they set their trash outside of their door, and the apartment complex would come and pick up their trash. And it was kind of a gray area, because if he picked up their trash from outside of their door, it could be considered private property violation, although it wasn't private property because it was kind of community property, but it was still on the apartment complex property. So he asked if I could go get their trash. And I said, what do you want me to do with it? He said, well, put it somewhere that I can pick it up. That's public property.
Yeah.
Because once it becomes off of the apartment complex, he can pick it up.
Yeah. Now, this was a while ago, right? The statute of limitations has run out on you, huh? Right?
Oh, many, many, many years. This was probably 25 years ago or better.
Okay, because if anybody has it out for you, they're going to go, hey, he was stealing trash.
Well, it couldn't be considered stealing.
Okay.
But you're correct. You're right. And people do have it out for me, Vinny. Yeah. Trust me. People do have it out for me. And just in case you're wondering, Sandy Springs, it did not happen in Sandy Springs. It was in Roswell.
Yeah, I just heard a bunch of
Yeah. Sandy Springs has it out for me. They hate me with a passion.
Yeah.
So I've burned a couple of police officers in Sandy Springs, and they don't like me there. So what I did was I went onto the so they set their trash outside their door, and I just went and picked up their trash. And Ken said, and Ken said, if you're asked, you don't know me, don't tell them anything. So I go pick up the trash.
Hold on. Okay. You go to pick up the trash.
So I go pick up the trash, and I exit the apartment complex community, and I set it outside the trash on the sidewalk.
Now, real quick, Lynn, is this the first time you ever had to do something like this, go through someone's trash?
No. I went through people's trash all the time.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go to that in a second. But so what I did was I took the trash, and when I exited the apartment complex, and I set it on the sidewalk, on the street side of the sidewalk, just on the edge of the street. And so the police officer just comes by and picks it up, because now it's community. Now anybody can pick it up because it's on the street. Now I could have been charged with littering because I put it on the street.
Yeah.
So the police officer comes by and he picks it up off the street. And now the police have got the trash and they can go through it.
Yeah.
Now, when the police when the police in court say, "Well, where'd you get this trash?" I got it on the street. How did it get there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the police officer that picked it up wasn't the police officer that asked me to put it there.
Smart.
Yeah. It was just another police officer that was told to go pick up the trash off the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
He don't know how it got there.
Yeah.
He was just told there was a bag of trash on the street. Go pick it up. But to answer your question is yes, Vinnie. I have went through many people's trash, and the law is as long as I can pick that bag of trash up from the street and not get on your private property, if like when you roll your trash to the street, that trash is fair game. Now, if I have to come on your property to get it, then I can get in trouble for taking it.
Right.
But if you put it at the street, then it's in the easement of the city or the county, then it's fair game.
Interesting.
So yes, I have went through people's trash. I have put on rubber gloves, these big kitchen rubber gloves, and I have went through people's trash. And what you look for is people will go, well, you'll try to serve somebody and they'll go, well, they don't live here. And you have really no way of proving it.
Right.
So they'll roll their trash out, and I'll have somebody go video me, and I'll go get their trash, and I'll have their open their trash up, and I'll go through their trash, and oh, well, here's some mail you discarded with your name on it.
Yeah.
Now I know you live there.
Yeah.
Now I got you. So yeah, I've went through trash many times. Yeah, and it's nasty.
Of course.
This is the nastiest thing in the world. But so I have many police officers that I have paid and for information. I have people at post offices, clerks at post offices. I pay for information, and that is invaluable. Clerks at post offices, that is invaluable. Police officers, clerks at post offices, courthouses. These people are invaluable for information. I have people in judges' chambers that I pay for information. Not going to tell you which ones. Don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Right.
But these people they're invaluable for information. Especially if you got somebody in a judge's chamber that likes you, slip them $100 every time they give you some information. They'll tell you anything you want to know. Yeah. And it's really nice to have that information, but to have a postal clerk that can go in and look up information for you, when you're looking for somebody, that's great information to have. Sure. To have a police officer, I've actually had police officers that I have paid for information more than once, and actually had them show up on a scene that I've been on, and had to act like I didn't know them, and knowing that 3 days ago I just paid them $100 bill to give me some information, and that's why I was at that apartment. Yeah. This person just called the police on me, and the person who showed up was the police officer that I paid $100 to tell me where they lived.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So what kind of information can a postal clerk give you?
Well, if the postal clerk delivers the mail to your house,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know where you live,
Right. Yeah.
but I have a general idea of where you live.
Yeah.
I know that you live in the Woodstock area,
Yeah.
and I go to the postal clerk, and the postal clerk goes and says, "Oh yeah, one of my mail carriers delivers to Vinnie.
Yeah.
Vinnie lives at this address here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Matter of fact, drop this letter off here. It's a summons.
yeah, yeah. They will. Yeah, I wish it was that simple.
Yeah.
And they will. And they'll tell me where you live, and
Right.
you know it's and attorneys will tell me all the time. They go, "Don't pay a witness. Do not pay a witness." I don't pay witnesses but I will pay everybody around the witness to tell me where that witness is at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your brother will tell me where you're at for $100.
For sure.
Yeah, you'd be shocked.
Yeah, my brother probably wouldn't even be 100. Probably 25. Yeah. I'll tell you where.
He said, "Here, let me give you 75 back."
I'll tell you where the jerk is.
But you'd be surprised. I'll be in a neighborhood looking for somebody, and they'll be going, "Nah, man, I don't know where he's at. I don't know who that is." I'll reach in my pocket and I'll pull out and I say, "How about $100?" "Yeah, I tell you where he's at." "I thought you said you didn't know where he was at. I thought you didn't know him."
Yeah, well, that was before the $100. That's before Benjamin came out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you I've had to look for people in homeless camps.
Right.
And man, those are the hardest people to find. People to find.
Oh, I'm sure.
But you start coming out with a little cash, and they'll talk to you all day long. But I figured out that cash is not even king in these homeless camps. You go by, you go to the homeless camp and there'll be 8 or 10 people there. You go to Publix or Kroger somewhere and buy them a sandwich platter, case of water. They'll talk to you all day long.
Yeah.
I found numerous people that way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had the city's irrelevant. I mean, I'm not going to get anybody in trouble, but I've had postal clerks that's helped me out so many times. Unbelievable how many times they've helped me out with information. Police officers. I've got police officers on, I don't know, 10 or 12 different police departments that I'll call. Got their phone numbers. I'll call them, and they'll give me information, and I'll mail them $100 cash.
Nice.
You never send them anything that can be traced.
Right.
You don't want them to get in trouble. You don't want to cash out them any money and when I started all this, Cash App didn't even exist.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
Something like this. Like let's say you are looking for somebody, you can't find them. You have to pay a postal clerk for information. You give them $100, blah 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 blah. Now, doesn't that count as expenses for you?
Yes.
Yeah. So the client gets charged.
Yep.
Yeah. As expenses. Yeah.
And what I do is I just bill it as an expense to the attorney, but I don't ever tell the attorney what I did with it.
Right.
I don't tell the attorney that I paid a police officer for information.
Right. And that in turn goes to the fees that the client pays.
has to pay, depending on what.
Which comes out of a settlement.
Well, depending. I mean, not all cases have settlements. I mean, some are divorce cases, some are car accidents, some are shooting cases.
Surveillance. Yeah.
Yes, it just depends on what type of case it is you're working.
Yeah.
And you don't ever want your witness to be aware, or you don't really care if your witness knows. Paying someone to find a witness, you don't care if the judge knows or not.
Right.
You don't want the judge to know that you paid a police officer, because you can get your police officer friend or your police officer witness in trouble.
Right.
Because they can't take money to go into their system to, they can't. That's against the rules for them. That's called bribing a civil servant.
Right.
You don't want to, I don't want to get caught bribing a civil servant, because I'll go to jail.
Right.
Or a mail person, a mail carrier.
Yeah.
You'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's a civil servant. Anybody that does that, you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
But let's just face it, they all do it.
Oh, please. I'm sure of it.
They all do it. Some of them will just lock up, won't tell you anything, tell you to get out of their face.
Yeah.
But but all you got to do is wait for the next one to come around.
Yeah.
And they'll go,
yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Yeah.
What do you want to
know? Some of them will say, come back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll say, I'll meet you outside on my break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty interesting what offering somebody just $100 will do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're paying them, bottom dollar.
Yeah.
Pay them a little better. And right. Vinnie, I know this police officers are the worst.
You've mentioned that.
You can pay a police officer $100 and get anything you want, and not all police officers. And you got to be careful of how you do it and how you approach it.
Right.
I don't ever go up to a police officer and go, "Hey, I'll give you $100 for some information."
Yeah, that seems like the wrong way.
Yeah, you just have to play it by ear. And I just start by asking, just like, "Hey, can you tell me where so and so's at, or can you?" You just track up a conversation, and you go, I know you can type a name in there and look it up for me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I can't do that. I'll get in trouble. How's anybody going to know?
Yeah.
And then you become friendly with them. You talk to them for a while, and then you tell them, say, look, man, if there's anything ever going to do for you, let me know.
Yeah.
And sooner or later.
And he'll say, well, I need a bag of trash.
Well, sooner or later, some police officer is going to call you up and say, my brother's wife is cheating. Can you look up some information for me?
Yeah.
I'll pay you. No, I don't need you to pay me. I'll tell you what I do need you to do, though.
Yeah.
I need you know. You know how many you know how many police officers I've had ask me to look up information for them?
Yeah.
You know how many police officers I've charged?
I'm sure it's one.
Oh, I don't charge them.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So favors wash one hand washes the other. Yeah. We know that saying. Yeah.
I had one police officer.
Smart.
Call me up. She didn't call me up. It was in person.
Yeah.
She said, will you serve my divorce papers? And she was nasty, had a nasty attitude.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know. I said, would you not write me a ticket if you caught me speeding?
Yeah.
He said, no, I'd have to write you a ticket.
Yeah.
I said, I'd have to charge you full price.
Yeah. That's right.
She goes, even though I'm a civil servant? And I said, you answered your own question when you told me you'd write me a ticket for speeding. And I said, it wasn't the fact that you said you'd write me a ticket. I said, it was your bad attitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Let's start over. Let's try that again.
oh, she tried every way in the world to change that bad attitude, but she never could change the bad attitude.
Right.
Now, you want to hear the funny part?
Yeah.
She got fired from the police department for flipping a coin whether she was going to write somebody a ticket or not. Her and her cohort got fired. Yeah, they pulled over a car, and the woman was speeding, not a whole lot, but was speeding. And her and her cohort, 2 female police officers, and they flipped a coin on whether they were going to write the ticket or not, and got caught, and they both got fired.
Wow.
You don't remember seeing that on the news?
No.
Yeah, and so they got fired, and I was so happy.
Wow.
Because she had such a nasty attitude. I mean, she had a nasty, nasty attitude.
Yeah, that's tough to get fired for that.
She deserved it.
Well, I'm sure she deserved it. Yeah, I mean, first of all, no chance of being a cop again.
No.
That's for sure. But you were, but if ever she's looking for a job, you were fired for what? Flipping a coin about yeah, so
and they were also making fun of the person too. They were mocking the person and everything, and
okay, so not being professional.
Yeah, being very unprofessional, yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
And yeah, very ridiculous. Being very childish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought she deserved being fired.
Yeah. So these are the tools of the trade.
These are the tools of the trade.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to, put out a little money to get some intel on a case.
Now, if I come to your house, Vinny, and I'm looking for your neighbor, I'll offer you money. I don't care. I'll just say, look, I'll give you $100 to tell me where he's at.
Yeah.
I don't care. Now, if I come to a police officer's house and they're not in uniform, I'll offer them $100.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If they're not in uniform, I'll just say, look, I'll give you $100 to tell me.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I don't do is I don't mix friends. If I have friends that are police officers and stuff, I don't mix business with friends.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
That
makes sense.
I just leave them out of it.
Yeah.
No need to involve them.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to mess up the relationships. Right.
No, you don't want to, because it's too close to home, and I don't want people talking. I'm not going to say anything. Listen, Vinny, I'll tell you, I have so many secrets on police officers, attorneys, not so much judges, because I don't know anything on judges that I haven't spoken about here. The only judge that we talked about a judge here. That's the only thing I knew on a judge. Yeah. But on police officers, attorneys, just people in my industry, in the legal industry, I have so many secret ambulance drivers. I have ambulance drivers that I pay that tells me all kinds of stuff. Wow. You'd be shocked. Tow truck companies. I got people on payroll at tow truck companies. Like if I need to know where a car is, or if I need pictures of a car that I can't get pictures of because the insurance companies or something, I have tow truck companies that I can pay to get me pictures. Nice. All kinds of stuff. You just make friends with people.
Well, it's a web that you've been building for 30 years.
Exactly.
Got all kinds of connections, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you're inside an industry for 30 years, you're bound to have, hey, well, I got this source, I got that source, hey, this possible, yeah. But I know secrets on so many. I know secrets on powerful attorneys in this city that could just take them out and embarrass them in a heartbeat. Right.
I mean, and police officers. I know secrets on police officers that could take them out, and I don't mean secrets on that. Hey, I paid this police officer. I mean secrets on police officers that could destroy their life. I mean, I can tell you, it doesn't matter what I can tell you, but
Yeah.
let's just say that you and I may sit down someday and record 30 or 40 episodes that'll air after we're both dead.
Oh, nice.
because they'll never air while I'm living.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if it didn't destroy us, they would kill us.
Wow.
Because I mean, it would destroy them to the point to where that, I mean, we're talking about very powerful attorneys in the city that it would destroy them, their families, and financially enough to where they would want to kill both of us for airing their secrets.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's wait until we're dead before we air those episodes.
Exactly. And not just attorneys, but police officers, CEOs of companies. I did surveillance on for a guy, and who is irrelevant, but he's a very powerful man in the city, businessman, very powerful businessman. He had me watch his girlfriend while his wife gave birth. He was at the hospital with his wife while she gave birth, and he wanted me to watch his girlfriend so that she didn't cheat on him while he was at the hospital with his wife giving birth.
Wow.
Think about that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude didn't trust the bitch.
I watched his girlfriend for 3 days while he was at the hospital with his wife giving birth, so his girlfriend didn't cheat on him.
Yeah, and she didn't cheat on him.
I'm not going to say anything, Vinnie.
Oh boy, she cheated on him.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word, Vinnie.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a word.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you got something to look forward to, but we're going to have to be dead for that to happen. But
well, you know what? We may talk about that episode.
But before you get any ideas on killing us, so you can hear these episodes, we haven't recorded them yet. So let us live.
we may record that episode sometime.
Okay.
But
we'll call that episode. We'll call that the insurance episode. Yeah, the insurance episode.
Yeah. That's right. Insurance that we live.
We will release the episode. So back off.
Yeah, this episode is to be released if I end up dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's
recorded it yet. We haven't recorded. So anyone thinking about killing Lynn and I, we haven't recorded it yet. So you might want to wait a little bit.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
So there's just so many secrets out there that it's unbelievable what goes on in the city. And attorneys, Vinnie, attorneys that have their stripper girlfriends put up in very expensive apartments, and while their wives are at home. And these strippers are so intelligent about what they do, and I don't want to say intelligent, but they're smart about what they do, because they get these high powered attorneys on the hook, and they say, well, I want an apartment, and you're going to put me up in this very expensive high rise, or I'm going to tell your wife.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay for this every month.
Yeah.
And they have no choice, or they're going to tell their wife.
Right.
You know, they get them in a hotel and they screw them and they get pictures of it and they say, look, I'm going to send this to your wife.
Yeah.
Here's me and you naked.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. I could tell you, I don't know, 8 or 10 attorneys, I don't know, 10 or 15 police officers that's got their side pieces, that's married, you know, unbelievable.
That just seems exhausting to me. You know, I think one is when I was in my, I guess I was in my, my early 30s, like I was 30, 31, like that. I had, at one time, I was dating 3 girls at once, and that didn't last more than a couple months because it was so exhausting.
Yep.
It was so exhausting. So I got rid of one, then I was down to 2 for like another month, and I was like, I can't do it. It's too much work. It's
Vinnie,
too much. Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much work watching them do it.
Yeah, I mean, and never since. Yep. Never since have I had more than one at a time. Never. Because it's just too much. It's just too much.
It's too exhausting. I agree with
some
you.
Some guys, you know, the work that it takes is worth it somehow. It's
no.
I don't.
Well, this gentleman that wanted his girlfriend watched while his wife was giving birth, I couldn't imagine caring enough about a side piece to pay somebody.
I know.
To watch them.
I know.
Couldn't imagine.
But think of the audacity. I mean, this guy is cheating on his wife with a woman, and she expects this side piece to be loyal.
Yep.
While he's not loyal.
No.
The audacity of that.
Yeah, but in his words, I'm paying for the apartment. She's not going to screw somebody in it.
Well, see, that kind of makes sense to me. that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, you know, but I still say he's got brass balls for assuming that, you know, that, but that does make sense. Hey, that's my apartment. You know?
Well, and you know what? If I was her, I would say,
what?
I'd say, how would you like for your wife and newborn baby to find out about me?
How would you? Yeah.
So I think she's got the upper hand.
She does have the upper hand, but and it's like, oh God, it's just so exhausting just hearing about it. Like, oh,
exactly. It'll wear you out thinking about it.
Like, yeah, all right. You know what? Go tell him. I don't care. Just tell him, because I'm not paying for this anymore. I can't do it. It's too much trouble.
Yep. Yeah. How would you like to have to hide your phone? And every time the phone rings, you cringe. You go, you know,
buddy. I decided a long time ago, even before I had kids, that you know, I don't ever want to sweat handing my phone to my wife.
Nope.
You know, and
me either.
And if my kids go, Dad, can I look at your phone? Because there's a couple of my son loves to scroll through the pictures and the videos and look at old pictures of himself and old videos. I can hand my phone to my kids without a worry in the world.
Yes.
They're not going to see any porn on my phone. They're not going to see anything. They can look through my phone. They're not going to, I don't have anything hidden. There's nothing hidden that my wife can look at it, everything. And it's just such a freeing feeling. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. And my kids can look all around this house, My wife can too. They're not going to find anything that, I'm not hiding anything from them. The only thing I have in this house that I worry about my kids finding is my gun. But it's like up on a shelf. They can't reach it. It's hidden behind stuff. That's the only thing I worry about them finding. And every month, maybe or twice a month, my wife goes, you need to put a lock on that gun and put it in a box. And I'm like, that's pointless. Because if somebody breaks through that front door, I don't want to be fumbling for a key and opening the thing,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if my phone rings, I tell my wife to answer it.
Same here.
I don't,
I'll say, I'll leave my phone down and I'll be walking out of the room and I forget that, if blah, blah, blah calls, just tell them I'll be right back,
Yeah. Me too. I don't, my wife she says she'll yell at me from the other room and say, I'm not answering it. You get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But I don't care. I mean, and you're right. It is such a free feeling to know that your wife can just go through your phone and not have to worry about anything on it. She's not even going to question me because there's nothing questionable on my phone.
Yeah, I got it. This reminds me of a story. I got to tell this story. It's kind of off the subject, but it's kind of not. Okay, so there's a buddy of mine. We go to the movies together, and we watch the movie. Movie's over. We get in the car. We're driving back because we're driving back to my mother and father's place. This is when I was in Fort Lauderdale. It was like over New Year's Eve, so he was down. We drive back to my mom and father's house. We get back to my mom and dad's place, and he goes, "Oh my God, I can't find my phone." I go, "Oh, let's look in the car." We look through. It's not in the car. He goes, "Oh my God, I think I left it at the movie theater." I go, "We got to drive back to the movie theater. We got to get my phone. I've got to get my phone. There's a picture of my dick on my phone." That's what he said. That's what I said. And I laughed. I said, "All right, let's go to the movie theater." We go to the movie theater, and they let us in. We look. We can't find his phone anywhere. And we're on our way out of the movie theater, and he goes, "Oh my God!" I go, "Oh my God, I got to get my phone. I got to find my phone. There's a picture of my dick on my phone." He said it twice, and I went, "Come on, man, come on, you're crazy. Come on." Anyway, we're driving home. We get home. We get back to the house. He's looking everywhere, looking at his luggage. He goes, "Oh my God, I got to find my phone. There's a picture of my dick in my phone on my phone." Okay, listen. You say it once, haha. You say it twice, haha. You say it 3 times. This dude has a picture of his dick on his phone.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
Why? That's A. Why? Who's that for? B. C. If let's say someone else finds it, unless it's a full body shot,
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Anyway, it kind of relates because there's no pictures of my junk on my phone.
No, mine either.
I can hand it to my wife. I don't know why anybody would have that anyway, but
yeah, that's crazy. That's a very funny story, but let me tell you what, I worked at the Punchline from 1980 or early 88 all the way through, or late 80s, whatever it was. I worked there for over almost 20 years. And this was before cell phones had cameras and everything on them. And people would leave their cameras there. And they would come back and ask for them, say, "Hey, did you find a camera here?" Well, one of the cooks in the kitchen, and I won't mention his name.
I know who.
He would take a picture of his junk.
Yeah.
On the phone, on their camera. Take a couple of pictures of his junk.
I know exactly who.
Can you imagine getting those pictures? And this was when it was 35 millimeter.
Yeah. Oh God.
Can you imagine going to the store or going to the camera place, getting your pictures developed and going through your pictures and going, "What is this?"
Oh, can you imagine the significant other getting the pictures? "What is this? I swear to God."
Yeah.
I have no idea how that got there. He might have ruined a few relationships.
Yeah. Or your mother or your mother getting them.
Yeah.
Honey, why do you have a picture of this?
Yeah. Why is this?
Whose junk is this?
Yeah. Why do you have this? I have no idea.
And Vinnie, he couldn't stand it. I mean, if he found a camera, he would drop trowel right where he found that camera and take a picture immediately.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
It was hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
you just have to imagine somebody finding this going through the pictures, or you got pictures of a comedian, you got pictures of a party, and the guy developing these pictures, going, "What is this?"
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
And he would take a picture, and he would ask everybody at the club. He goes, "You want to take a picture of your junk?" No, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I always laughed every time he would do it. It was just so funny.
Imagine if two separate people went to the same photo development store, and here's the developer. Oh, there's this guy. This is two separate roles.
These people know each other.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's very. I just always caught me very funny. I always just laughed every time I think about somebody going through their pictures and finding a picture of his junk in their cameras.
Yeah. Stories for a lifetime.
I wonder how many people. Wonder how many people. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we had some characters working there at that punchline.
Yeah, so wonder how many people kept those going. I'll identify this. One day I'll figure out who this is.
Yeah, I'll figure out who this is. Yeah. Or if it gets traced back to the punchline and there's a lineup. All right, drop them. Drop them. Let's see. All right, you're the culprit.
Yeah. This has got to belong to you.
Yeah.
Oh, he would have admitted it. You wouldn't even had to put him in a lineup. He would have just said, "That was me."
That's me.
Yeah, because he enjoyed it too much.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. He loved to do things like that.
Yeah.
He had a blast with it. Yeah, he had a blast with it.
Holy cow! Well, that was interesting, Lynn. Hey guys, if you like stand-up comedy and you like goofball videos, check me out online. My website is Vinnie.com. That's www.vinnie.com. All the links to all my social media are there. If you need to surveil somebody, need to serve someone papers, if you need to find someone, ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Lambdin is the best. Tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
That's right. And thank you, Simple Funding and the accident attorneys of Monge and Associates for sponsoring this episode. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you next week.